What's up, and welcome back to another Ramblings in the Basement episode.
This is Rib,
We got a Theory here.
Ego,
Rojas.
Ivancito.
And
This is episode.
what episode is this? 4?
Is it?
Three.
Is it a?
It's not 3 at all. It's
Nah.
like 4, I think.
No, 3.
No. Tomorrow the third one's getting uploaded. This is not number 3 though. This is not the third one that we're recording.
Oh,
this,
okay, so
this is like number. This is number 5.
The one,
Yeah.
This is number 5.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean the ones we did with
Right.
well, yeah.
Yeah, that was number 4.
Hey, then what was the third one?
It was the one that we recorded when we thought we lost an episode. Remember? That's the one that's gonna go tomorrow.
I thought that was the second one.
No, the one that we thought we lost was the second one.
That's what you just said.
It is what he just said. I'm not.
No. Remember that the
Yeah,
day
yeah.
that we recorded one, we thought that we lost one. That day we recorded one though.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay.
It was your birthday, I
Yeah,
think.
Yeah.
I think that was your birthday.
Yeah, we
episode.
recorded an extra one too at your birthday for sure.
Okay, I know you.
Yeah, so that's the one that's going up tomorrow.
Because we still did the one on Sunday after that.
Yeah. The one was Ronnie and them.
Yeah,
I didn't know if that. After that, I didn't know if that was gonna be.
No, I don't think we did that with Ronnie and them. We
No,
did.
that's the fourth
That's the
episode.
fourth
That's the fourth
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one that goes up next week.
Okay.
So we're a little ahead of schedule. That's a good thing. It's a good thing.
So you guys
It's good,
know.
it's good.
So you guys know.
Yes, it's a good thing.
So I mean, today, I guess what we talking about? We're gonna be talking
We
about.
want to talk about today's topic is who's really controlling the world, guys. Like, what do you guys think? Like, who's really behind, pulling the strings?
Satan.
So, I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, yeah, I think if we go all the way back, I think, yeah,
And if you're just gonna try and go to the straight to it,
right, all the way
to
down, to
Why
the root,
not?
all the way straight to the root.
Yeah, yes.
We gotta build up to it though. Like,
I mean, who are we gonna blame?
what's the system? Like, what's going on? Personally, this is the way I think about it, and I don't care if people think I'm a crazy conspiracy theorist. Honestly, it seems impossible to me for the Illuminati or Freemasons,
whatever.
1% of the elites, whatever you want to call them. The idea is the same. I feel like it's impossible for them to not exist, because you're always gonna see rich people and like people that have like power. They're always working together to help each other and like for each other's interests. Like you see that shit all the time. Like corruption happens all the time.
Not the
We
thing
always
is,
see
That's
it.
what
not
things
every
are
rich person
monopolized.
or whatever, but most
Most
of
rich
yeah.
people are willing to work together towards common interest.
Yes.
Because if you have all this power, right? Like you own all the gas companies, for example, you got a fuck ton of power, right? You talk to
Monopolized.
somebody that owns the banks,
You know what's
right?
funny?
They got a lot of
Monopolize it
power.
is,
Now you guys work together, right? So I feel like ultimately, it's impossible. Like it's always gonna happen. I feel like it's impossible for that to not exist.
Same thing with dealers
So it's
too.
supposed to be
Dealers,
illegal, but they always
you
find a
can't-
way around
supposedly
it.
You have to have like a license, or like you have to do like a whole situation to have like a
Yeah, you
actual
gotta. That's
dealership.
why it's like a whole. You talking about like drug dealers?
No. Actual
Oh.
dealership, like car dealerships.
Because I was gonna say if you're gonna talk about that, then yeah, that's like the whole territory thing. That's why they have like the territory disputes. So you have to work, within the system.
Exactly. Damn, yo.
No, but I'm saying that what it's called, like dealerships, like supposedly, like you can't really have like actual. You can't set up a dealership with like a certain area or stuff like that with another dealership, or it's like a whole situation. But if you can, like, the dealership will either take over like that dealership, or it never becomes an actual own dealership.
Yeah, I think there. I think
Like they're
there's
monopolizing that too.
yeah, I think there is a law about that where it's like there can only be one, like one company's dealership for new cars in in a certain area, and I was like, you can sell used cars in that area, but if you want to buy a new car, you can only get it from that one dealership in that area.
Mhm.
I think that's what it is. I'm not too sure like on the specifics,
I think that is what it is.
That's
but I
messed
think that's
up.
what it is.
That's crazy.
And it's monopolies like that because like if you think about like the connections that you use, people that that own dealerships talk to like politicians. They got the power. They're like, yo, we got this money, so we could bribe you, could pay you. You guys pass these laws, and then it helps us out, and then we're helping you guys out by giving you guys money.
Either
That's basically what it is.
that too, and what is called if not if they don't if it's not politics, they own other companies of other industries, and then they monopolize that because then they buy other companies. They don't. It's not monopoly. I guess at the end of the day, it's kind of is
Basically, the
monopolizing it.
big.
But like
oil
pretty much,
companies-
big companies are buying other companies out. So pretty much, it's just one person owning
Yeah.
a lot of things.
I mean,
Basically, the
Disney.
big car
Yeah.
companies are basically working together. Like, yo,
That's
We
not
can't
have
let-
to be
we
car
can't let-
companies, but it could just be any like. Other
Nah, yeah, it's
I mean,
just most companies.
Yeah. It's like you like for like stocks and all that too. Like if you see like Walmart is by, I forgot who else owns Walmart.
Yeah, but Coca-Cola
Yeah,
owns so
Coca-Cola,
many
yeah.
beverage companies. I mean, it's
I think
not owned by
Coca-
Coke; it's owned by Pepsi.
Look, I think
You know.
Coke and Pepsi are owned by like.
or like how
the-
Disney's
the
buying
close-
everything.
I don't know if they're owned by the same people, but like it's some situation where they work together.
I mean, yeah.
Because
Oh,
they makes it like the
ultimately,
rivalry.
yeah.
and
They keep it a
everything.
competition, so they both are
Ultimately,
winning
the
it.
rivalry
You know,
helps both of them. To be honest, like you were saying.
Yeah.
So you're saying something, man?
Um,
No, that's straight. If you don't remember,
I don't remember.
we were talking about Monopoly.
Monopolizes.
Yeah,
Basically, everything controlling on the dealership and cars,
but yeah,
Yeah,
basically
that's-
that's
territory.
I mean, yeah, we could talk about cars and the dealerships,
Not
but
cars, we're talking about like the actual like how the owners or whatever.
Everything's
it's
corrupt,
just
basically.
corrupted. It's like just
Yeah.
everything's monopolized.
How rich people want to just help each other. Rich people stay rich,
It's not even-
it's not about it.
even if it causes other people
like when you're like
consequences.
when you're rich, you make friends with other rich people, and you just want to help your friends out at the end of the day. And it's like,
Even if this is not good friends, it's just.
I mean, they help each other
Yeah,
out through some dark
exactly.
shit. I mean, yeah.
How
Most
about
of the time
the-
it
how
ends up being,
about-
like, some fucked
I
up-
just throw the idea out that the Ku Klux Klan is a big part of the people that are running the country.
Who's the Ku Klux Klan?
The
You don't know who the KKK is?
Oh, that's what they're called.
Yeah, that's what it
The
stands
Ku
for.
Klux Klan. Yeah,
That's
Ku Klux Klan.
KKK. What did you
Shit,
think?
Something like
yeah,
that.
right, man. I didn't know that's like the actual full name of it. Though.
Yeah, the Ku Klux Klan.
What the fuck? Why is it called Ku Klux Klan?
They're the ones that wear the white.
Yeah, I know what the KK is. The KKK is, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't know that was the actual whole like name for it.
No, but there is something to be said about like secret societies about like that running the world. You know,
Okay,
like,
And the-
yeah,
and the-
that's one. Yeah, there's one like around here too. like,
Freemasons?
yeah,
yeah, there's a Freemason lodge near my
Yeah,
house. To be
yeah.
honest, I've driven past it.
don't want
Like,
to say the location.
There's one in
Yeah.
Vienna.
yeah, we don't have to say the
that I saw.
location, but I drive by it pretty often. To be honest, and it's like I've driven up to it before, and I've thought about like going up to it. I'm curious, just like I'm curious, but at the same time, it's kind of scary because the thing is, like, you can go on their website and they'll say like they're like a community about like helping people out and like building a community and all this positive shit, and they're always talking about like giving to charity, and it's all this nice shit that you would think it's like a good thing, but then you actually like look at what some of their members do, and it's like some of their bigger members are like caught doing some crazy like pedophilia shit.
Yeah, I feel like the thing is too
shit.
that is what it's called. I feel like some of the people don't even know that. It's just
And they say
that
that's okay because of
higher
power?
people are
yeah,
so-
you have to like. Well, that's the thing. It's like so secretive. It's like even being part of it, you don't know everything. You have to like work your way up, like really know everything.
Sheesh. Yeah,
There was this
some wild.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
yeah. And think about
Like,
that.
basically, you
think of-
they
no, no, no.
get shadier,
But think
shadier
about
and
that.
shadier just to go up the ranks.
Yeah, no, but think about that. It's just if you really think about it, it's just right like down the street from where like we live. Like stuff like that is just down the street.
It can be right next to you.
Yeah, exactly.
You
It
don't
is
even
just,
know.
And they're just inside the building, so you don't
And that's
even know
what it
what's
is.
going
But like,
on.
when you step outside the door, you're basically out in the world when anything can happen.
Facts.
You can get shot. You can like anything. You can get robbed at a
Mm-hmm. And-
fucking light.
yeah.
Like you don't know what the fuck
And
happened.
like,
Yeah.
it's like
wrong
what Diego was
timing,
saying.
bro. Like if you're in the wrong spot, wrong timing, like you're just.
One place, one time.
And like to what Diego's saying, like they're running the world, like the country, and like if you like they don't even try to hide it. Like you can see it all throughout. Like like for example, the United States. Like if you look at our dollars, you can see like symbols for like the Freemasons. Like you see the all-seeing eye on the back,
Owl.
the owl.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you guys,
that-
there's this little
Yeah.
society that exists. It's called the Skull and Bones.
Oh yeah,
And they're also known as the
I think it was
Order of the 322, the Brotherhood of Death, and it is an undergraduate senior secret student society at Yale
some of the
University,
presidents have
in
been
which
there.
which has had George W. Bush, William Howard Taft, John Kerry, the one that was going against Bush in 2004.
It's a common strategy that they use is to try to, make it seem like you have, the illusion of choice. A lot of people
Did you say there's a rivalry when?
Yeah, it's like they're working together. It's like secret societies are secretly working together.
Pepsi Cola right there.
I mean, here it says the group Skull and Bones is featured in books and movies which claim that the society plays a role in the global conspiracy for world control. I mean, I'm reading this stuff out of Wikipedia. Wikipedia isn't the most reliable thing at all. So, but I mean, regardless, it's just the topic though that we're talking about.
Well, they're pretty open about it though. That's
exactly.
They're not even
you know
hiding
what I'm
it.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah, they're so open with it. So they're like, oh, this ain't real. I would release something so public. But as you say, the best place to hide things right in front of their faces.
Yeah, and there's that conspiracy theory. I don't know if you guys have seen. Well, honestly, it's in a bunch of different things, but for some reason, the first one that comes to mind for me is Flushed Away. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie.
Oh yeah,
you don't remember the crazy conspiracy theorist? He's like, oh, the giant waves coming, and he's like the crazy guy, right? And they make him seem like he's like a nut job. So there's a conspiracy theory where a lot of people think that they do that, and they put that in a bunch of shows. Like there's, I think in The Simpsons they have this some character that's like some crazy conspiracy theorist, but they do that like in a lot of shows and movies where it's like they have the crazy conspiracy theories, and he's like some nut job, right?
Well, he knows his shit. Like he knows his shit.
But no, but he's like always shown as like he's a crazy person, right?
Okay.
And then people associate that with real conspiracy theorists. So whenever you start talking about like crazy, like conspiracy theories, they start associating you with like that crazy person.
In that movie.
And
they had that in 2012.
They stopped listening.
The movie 2012. That crazy guy. And do you remember 2012?
The movie?
Yeah, the crazy guy was like talking about the end of the world, and it ended up happening, and then he died at Yellowstone or some shit like that.
Yeah, and then like you said, they always end up being right though. But people don't pay attention to that part.
That's crazy.
It's like what is this common idea with I guess with that people believe like about the Freemasons or the Illuminati, where it's like they like to make fun of people by like showing you things and like in plain sight, like you said, and it's like they do it as a joke, like to make fun of you. It's like, look, we're showing you guys, and you guys still don't realize what we're doing. It's like to them, it's like a joke. Mm-hmm. It's like, you guys are stupid. We're showing you what we're doing. You guys still don't get it.
You guys still don't believe it. It's like
a lot of people are starting to pick that up now, but like a lot of people still don't see it too. Like I see a lot of people are starting to like realize how either the economy is, or the government, or just stuff in the world that's not going right. People are noticing that. So I'm glad people are starting to.
I mean, of course, people are noticing it, bro. Because I mean, for the longest time, we were really ignorant to a lot of things.
Yeah,
like, bro, just think about how long, like,
you gotta evolve.
How long people were like, like back in the day, bro. Like in the early 2000s and shit, when people were supersizing their meals, like even 2010s and shit. So people were just eating extremely unhealthy, dog. Like like people, like they want us to eat unhealthy. They want us to like. Be distracted by the phone.
Nah, for sure.
They want us to be fucking like, just worried about everything except our life. You know what I'm saying?
You're right, because I saw, I think it was like a tweet the other day where someone was saying it's so crazy how unhealthy society has gotten. We've gotten to the point where we call it dieting when we stop eating fast food. And it's like, no, that's just eating a regular diet. And it's like people consider that like going on a diet. And so when you stop eating out, and when you start eating like actual healthy food, it's like, no, that's just how you're supposed to be eating. That's how we're naturally supposed to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
that is true.
And it's like, that's crazy. It's like, cause that's how programmed we've been.
I mean, you guys could look up on YouTube the perfect human diet. There's a doctor that will tell you, really good ways to just have a good balanced diet and
Reason
You
why
know?
I feel like people don't believe is because they want results instantly.
That's it. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Have you guys
People are
played?
like, oh, I've been at this for a month and I haven't seen anything. It's like
It's just too weak. They're just too
It's like
weak minded
we-
to do
instant
it.
Yeah.
It's
gratification.
the same thing with like
Yeah.
vitamins or anything like that. People were like, "Oh, there's no use to it," and like people expect results like this too.
Yeah.
And it's that
Have you guys played the game Outer Worlds?
I don't know.
No,
I've heard of it, but I have not played it.
it's like an open world game, similar to Fallout Boy.
Uh-huh.
Is it or is it just Fallout? I
Fallout.
don't know why I said Fallout Boy. So just Fallout. I've never even played Fallout, but I've heard it's similar.
I played one game of Fallout,
but
I don't-
honestly, I've never even played. But the game is like set in the future, right?
Yeah.
And there's this creepy. It's kind of like this dystopian, and it's kind of like what I was saying. Like they're showing you kind of what they're trying to do, where they have these factory farms, and there's like these pigs that are like mutated, because like how long they've been like factory farming them, I guess. To be honest,
all the radiation. And all that
yeah,
stuff.
it's just like they're just like fucked up and like deformed pigs, and they're like farming them, and they like have them wired up, and like they're getting
Using
whatever out of them.
energy and shit. or
Shit,
whatever.
yeah,
Like they're like
and that shit's
harnessing.
that shit look gross as fuck, like walking through it. But and then like in the loading screens, like how they always try to like make you feel like you're in the game, like by showing you advertisements for like the world or whatever. And they show like ads for it, and they're like talking about how I was like, why would basically it's like propaganda. Like, why would you want to eat natural food that's like they're like you don't want to eat food that's grown in the dirt. You want to eat like actual food, and it's like shit like that. And it's like you actually like basically I didn't even end up completing the game. I just played the beginning, but you end up going to like this farm. There's like they're like the resistance. They're like all they're doing is farming their own shit and like trying to like live naturally.
But they're like, oh, they're outcasts.
Yeah, and
weirdos.
they're like being treated like they're criminals and shit.
Mhm.
Like they're just trying to like live naturally, like without.
Basically, make their own product and shit. Like basically farm.
Yeah, and it's like that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make us reliant on them. So it's like you want food, you gotta buy it. He's like you can't just make your own.
You
food.
can't make
yeah,
your own
but people-
food.
you
That's
gotta buy
bad
it.
for you. That's
So
killing
you're
you.
thirsty, you
slowly.
want water, you gotta buy it.
It's illegal for some place to be in the U.S. or stuff like that because
'Cause it's too healthy.
It's too
apparently.
healthy or something like that. Where technically it's not good, or they might not say it's good, but like this is don't want it. But it's one of those plants that are really good for us, or like any like fruit or
Yeah.
anything like that.
And the thing is,
Anyway, then there's some like they don't even let us. There's some like seeds they don't even like let us.
Bring over here.
Yeah, there's some states that I think they don't even sell seeds
Yeah.
in stores no more. Because they're
Yeah.
trying to prevent us from learning or to grow our own vegetables or like fruits. And the thing is,
Like you
they're-
can only learn how to grow our shit, no
But-
one else's.
and the thing is, those seeds that even if you do buy from the store, they're not even like natural or whatever. They're probably still genetically modified seeds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's
yeah.
why they don't want you to bring.
This is all to
anything.
fuck us over.
You can bring like natural strawberries, and why would that be illegal to bring that over here from different like countries? Like it's strawberries. Why is it so bad?
Nah, I see why. I know why they do that. They
It's
can't.
money, bro.
Nah, I mean, there'd be things that be coming in the like those foreign fruits that you just don't know. Sometimes you could like get a parasite.
Well, I'm
That
talking about
does
seed- I'm
happen.
talking about
I mean,
seeds,
that
though.
does happen.
Do they come in
sometimes,
seeds
but
as well?
I feel like that's not the biggest concern.
No, yeah,
I don't
my bad. I
think-
thought you were like talking about the actual fruit.
I don't
I'm
think-
talking
I
about
don't-
seeds,
Yeah, just-
like growing that.
I just don't feel like the government really gives a fuck like that. Like I feel like it really is just for money.
It's always just for money.
Because like
dog.
like you're right. Like they could have parasites and shit, but I don't think the government gives a fuck.
No, the seeds. I don't know. The seeds.
I don't
are
think
probably
like the
different.
government doesn't really give a fuck like that.
Like bananas, they're not supposed to be that big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are modified.
And apparently there's some like fruits that are not their natural actual colors like they used to be hundreds of years ago before.
Did you guys know corn was gonna go extinct almost, but they
Yeah.
revived it? Yeah.
How the fuck is corn even grown?
You know, farmers.
I mean,
I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean? How does it grow? Like
I never. What do you plant to grow carrot?
oh, like the little kernel.
That's it. Like a lot of them.
Oh
Yeah,
really?
Once in a while, yeah.
Those are like seeds basically.
Oh shit! Okay.
Like the
okay.
dry version.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's just
That's
crazy.
dope.
So
but
technically, they're always dry. They just kind of like boil
but
them.
yeah, That's crazy though.
There's a shitload of cornfields in
We- yeah,
Mexico where we live.
We use so
Yeah.
much corn in this country, like so fucking much, like for everything, like some things you wouldn't even like expect. Because like we have corn syrup, and that goes basically in everything.
Soda.
Soda,
Yeah, basically, yeah,
The thing
everything.
is,
I mean, but-
corn don't do shit for us either.
It doesn't. It's
Yeah, it
not.
doesn't.
nutritious wise,
It's not nothing.
It's basically
nothing
a
at all.
substitution. It's
Yeah.
empty calories.
But like, it's not even just for food too. Like,
That's why when you
I've
poop it out, you
Yeah.
get the whole corn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
man,
Just like the whole
learned-
skin, basically.
Yeah.
I learned they use them for like some batteries sometimes too, and just like for electricity and shit. Like you
'Cause
can
they're
make
good conductors.
ethanol out of it, and like which is alcohol. So
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
actually you can get like a couple.
Beer.
Like,
You can make beer.
yeah,
out of it.
you can make like a lot of things out of corn. That's why we have like the biggest production of. Like I think we have like one of the biggest productions
But-
of corn in the world.
It's the
That's
same thing. Like
crazy.
that's why beers. There's like beer from like wheat. There's beer from corn. You can even make beer from potatoes and all that.
You can make beer from most things.
Yeah.
Alcohol is just honestly alcohol is kind of just like
Aging.
aging. Yeah, it's like just shit rotting basically.
Really?
Yeah. It's like if you just have like a bottle.
It's aging. Like
yeah.
you put it in a barrel, like in some like
It's like-
alcohol, you just put it in a barrel and leave it there for ages. That's why in the bottle says like sometimes age for this many years and shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's like some people have had like where you just have like a bottle of apple cider, and like if you leave that shit for long enough, it becomes alcoholic.
That's how they do it in jail. In jail, that's how they make alcoholic drinks. They just get the little like fruits that they give them in the mornings, and then you save that shit in a little bag, and then
But don't they like just squish it like into like juice or whatever? first?
Yeah,
you
you
gotta let it
basically got
ferment.
like all. Yeah, exactly. You
Mhm.
got everything, and then just squeeze it out, and then whatever juice that is, that's your alcohol.
It's crazy.
Really?
Literally anyone can make it, but
That's why alcohol is bad for you.
Makes sense.
I mean, it's poison.
You're
It's
like- you're
literally
basically-
poison.
You're drinking rotten juice.
not all alcohol is bad for you though. A cup of whiskey, like a cup
I mean,
of whiskey, a day
in
is good for
moderation
you.
is not bad for you.
Like, how?
The National Health line said it.
What?
I don't know how, but I know that was that.
Now that,
that
yeah,
it's-
they have said like in moderation, alcohol can actually
like
be
if you drink
drinking.
like drinking a whiskey a day is not bad at all for you. It's actually a benefit to your health. I don't know why.
that or sometimes they
Sorry,
say
guys.
drink like wine.
Let
with
me look
your
it up
dinner.
on the. On
Yeah, actually,
Google.
yeah. Let me know. Like, I want to know why. That's pretty that's pretty crazy. I did
It
not.
is.
I would not expect that.
It probably cleans your system from the inside.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, like real shit though.
Like, what if you have some like
But
something
what is
going on?
whiskey out made out of?
I don't know. But it's probably the alcohol, to be honest. I don't think it's.
Multiple studies indicate that a glass of whiskey every day may lower your risk of heart failure and heart disease. As a
Oh,
result of a Harvard study, moderate alcohol consumption can increase your blood level of good cholesterol. Heart disease can be avoided by naturally by eating this food. Yeah,
The food?
yeah. I don't know. It said some food, like I guess
Let's
the
continue
whiskey's
the
food.
article.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, what is whiskey made out of?
But it's because of like it says, as with all health benefits of whiskey, the key is to consume in moderation because of its blood thinning properties. A daily shot of whiskey can lower a person's risk of ischemic clot cause stroke. So it thins your blood enough to not like
Get
get
clot,
you
yeah.
blood clots.
That's pretty interesting.
It is pretty good.
You probably grew up hearing that drinking a hot toddy is a great palliative for a cold. And they help for stomach bugs too. It's not good to drink, I think, with stomach bugs, but they'll kill it a lot of the times. Somebody
Is it
like a cup
alcohol?
of whiskey with ice.
Alcohol kills a lot of things, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, all
No, I
bacteria
mean,
and
sure,
shit, basically.
sure.
Because if you put it like if you get a cut, you rub it up, you put alcohol in it, it like burns all the bacteria or kills all the bacteria. So,
Whiskey is
I know
considered
They should
essential.
disinfect it.
yeah, disinfect
Considered
it.
This,
essential.
this is random as fuck. But like, I swear I saw this one video of this lady going into clerk, like a 7-Eleven. She gets the whole hand sanitizer and just drinks it,
What the fuck?
and then walks away.
Oh,
bro.
gross shit.
That's
I was
it.
like, yeah, that shit's crazy.
That's
She
gross.
died, I bet.
That was wild, bro. I'm like, what are you doing?
Why?
Like, what did she eat? That she's like, I need to kill this bacteria.
That
Oh.
probably destroyed her insides.
Dude, like,
Yeah.
what the hell? Like,
Yeah,
what?
should probably killed her. And then she was in really bad pain. Like she had to go to the hospital like in like a couple of minutes for a couple
Yeah.
seconds.
That would
I
kill
don't
you
know.
for sure.
Yeah, if they didn't get that pumped out, it definitely would do some definite damage.
Yeah, I don't know why the fuck you would do that.
How big was the ball? It was like the smaller.
Maybe it
the
wasn't
big
real.
joints.
Maybe it wasn't a real video.
Dude, like she just went in there. The guy was just there, just shit, like, you know, like fixing up subs and shit, or like organizing his like station. He comes in, he's ready to get her order, and then she just opens the bottle. And he's just like, what are you doing? And she just goes like that. He's just like shocked, like, yo, what the fuck is, yo?
But it could have been fake.
You know, like,
Could have been fake.
and like he was trying, thinking he was trying to stop her, but like he just like went like that. But like he was just like in shock, like. Did she, like, he's over here like shaking the ball, like, did she actually drink this shit? Like,
Damn.
I don't know, bro. Like, if I saw that shit, like, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be shocked like him or if I would smack that shit out of her mouth. Like,
right?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I would try to smack that out of my mouth, like her mouth, but like,
I don't know. Like Dion said, it could be fake. It could be real. Who knows? Because if you really think about it, a lot of stuff on the internet it shows it to be real, but you really have to look into it to see if it's a real video or not.
Yeah.
like by security camera though.
So I don't know.
You never know.
I mean, sometimes it could be fake still. Security cameras. Just because I've seen
They
some
have
like
access
like
and shit to it.
some prank shows that low key sometimes they set it up and it looks like a security camera. Look, I don't know, man. It
It could be like punk and shit.
yeah, because I low key I've seen some videos like that where I thought it was legit, and then I found out later that it's like a prank show.
like
yeah,
impractical prank shit.
Yeah, or it's like it looks like a YouTuber, you know, that has like permission with like the like employer, you know, like a manager or some shit. So he uses security cameras. You never know, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
But
But
That's
that's
the
what
wild part.
I hope it's
What
fake
is
because
that
that's some
called?
crazy shit.
what is that called? Propaganda or
Propaganda.
is that what it's called? Showing like fake. What is it where you show?
That's when you're trying to lie to someone on purpose, though. I mean, I guess essentially everything could be propaganda because it's just like if it makes you believe something, you know, if they're trying to make you believe something different than what it's actually.
It really is.
Or sometimes it really is that. Sometimes they still want to, you know, even if it's a true, you know, if they want you to believe it, though, you know, they're still gonna push propaganda for it. And at the end of the day, that goes back to like being controlled because everything is propaganda.
are you talking about like props?
What?
Like the
Yeah.
props, like that was just a prop. Like the
That's
drink.
kind of. But what are you talking about? Propaganda?
It's
No.
all
Props. I thought you were talking about.
it's all
That's
about
a
propaganda.
Okay.
It's a fake. You know what that is, right? Or no?
You just said
Propaganda.
it.
Okay,
It's like
okay.
yeah.
Lying. So,
Basically, I mean, have you guys seen that one video where it's like of all the news channels where they're synced up?
All synced up and saying
Bro,
the
that shit's
same
scary.
thing, Yeah.
wait, what?
You ever seen that?
Oh, it's like so.
Nah.
It's like it starts off with just one news channel, and then it's certain like I don't remember what their exact words are, but they're saying something about like you got to be careful about people lying and shit because you know it could be dangerous to our democracy or whatever. Are you looking it up, Yon? Nah, all right.
No, but I will.
All right. But basically, they're talking about like you know like you got to be careful with misinformation because that could be dangerous to our democracy or whatever. But they have like this whole speech that they're going through, right? And it starts with one channel, but then they slowly start adding like a bunch of channels, and it's like ends up being like a whole screen full of like a bunch of different news
Different
channels.
networks.
Yeah, different networks, and they're all saying the exact same shit, and it's all synchronized.
And it was aired all at the same time?
I mean, I guess I don't know. They're
Or
all
was it
they're all
like
from different
edited?
news channels, though.
If it was aired at the same time, I'd be scared as shit.
Probably not, though. That's the thing.
Hey, look, and this is what we're talking about too. Wait, give me a second, because this whole happened with the COVID situation, too. Spreading fake news and everything. Look,
with partisan political opinion. Biased
False news has become all too common on social media. This is a textbook example of the whole being greater than the sum of its parts.
they're all different
We work
channels.
very hard to seek the truth and strive to be fair, balanced, and factual.
Seen individually, The Sinclair editorials do not make much of an impact. But when Timothy Burke, a video editor in Tampa, Florida, collected 44 versions of that editorial from 44 local news markets and lay them side by side, allowing Americans to play them back word for word,
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
the effect was chilling.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Orwellian.
It was actually fairly horrifying. About a minute and a half op-ed decrying biased platforms pushing out fake news that endangered our democracy.
The sharing of biased and false news has
Become all too common on social media. The anchors, for the most part, fairly stiff. A couple of people have compared them to hostage videos. So for a few seconds, it's actually kind of funny.
Please skip to
And then
actual
you sort of
part two,
tune into
pretty
what they're
low.
saying, and it becomes more and more horrifying.
and whether the people understand exactly the politics and the conglomeration aspects that go into a message like and
You gonna
aspects
show it
that go
and say?
into a message like this. These people, all they know is they saw a scary video where a bunch of news anchors were saying the same thing.
But first, does it matter? Well, news more.
Well, we'll be back shortly.
Hold on. Let's just finish this.
For this video? Okay.
Yeah.
At the fringes of the, they have, while the local news stations largely decide what their local news is going to be,
Well, I think you get the idea.
crime.
Wait, it's right here.
I hear you.
News has become all too common on social media.
This weekend, the online site Deadspin created this compilation of dozens of Sinclair's local newscasters recording an identical promo accusing the national media of spreading fake news.
The scary part about that, though, is that all those different channels and like news networks are all owned by like the same companies. That's why they all have the same script, because they're all owned by the same company.
And that's what we're talking. We were going back to say monopoly.
Yeah, they're all just, but it's crazier because it's not just about money. When like this monopoly isn't just like they're not just doing it for money. They're doing it for control too.
With control, and the thing is too is you can always there's other news sources that are way more reliable than those news sources. It's just you gotta actually.
They're saying that because people can literally record shit and be their own, and that's what say social
But that's
media.
what those are the verified sources, and those are the mainstream.
My
official
favorite
sources.
news sources are the real people in these videos that I be seeing that actually be in the action of what be
Right,
going
you wanna
on
see
in their
first
countries.
person,
You know what I'm
you know?
saying? Like those are the best kind of news things because those don't lie to you. You don't have somebody
Exactly.
speaking. You just have somebody showing you a picture, a video of what the fuck is actually really going on. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah,
And when it comes to Mexico, like if you go to Mexico, you're not going to see all of the things that are actually happening on the news in Mexico. Where you're going to see the things that are happening are on those little shitty video recordings
you can't trust the news
that the
anymore.
civilians be recording of the narcos passing by, or or just the ones of like
And
the
that could be-
beheadings, all
that-
sorts of shit.
And that's that could be the news people just there recording. Say, oh, it's a pedestrian or whatever, just recording the thing happening.
Yeah,
And they can just say that.
Or with the Russia-Ukraine shit, you're not going to get better info from the Russian and Ukraine war than the videos that the civilians are fucking recording in the area,
Yeah.
you know?
Like those videos where there was this game like a couple weeks ago in the Mexican league, like basically it got out of hand, and they basically said that what's it called, it was not even like any casualties or anything, but in reality, people that were recording, like as you said, people recorded, and there was proof of rest in peace, but people being bodies all over, and they're reporting on the news saying that there was no casualties, but in reality there was. So like it got crazy. It's getting crazy.
Yeah.
so you can't trust.
That's
that.
just my
can't
view.
trust anything.
You know, the best kind of news you'll ever see is the news that's actually going on through the civilians
People
themselves.
that are actually there.
You always
like
want to
I
get
said.
it firsthand.
You know, like you won't get better input than from the people themselves.
Straight from the
You
source.
know,
Exactly. If you don't get it from straight from the source,
a
anybody
president can
edit it.
tell you anything about his country, but he's not going to tell you the shit that, the fucking janitor probably sees every day when he's just going to his job. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like,
Facts.
But
That genre might sound crazy, like, yo, I heard this is gonna happen. It's like,
Yeah, you could have seen some
what
shit.
the, you crazy. And then he gets fired, or maybe something happened.
okay. But other than that,
Or he might be in it too. Getting
other
paid
than that,
good money.
we'll be right back. We're gonna go take a break.
All right, guys. All right, guys. Welcome back.
Yes.
Back from the break.
Back from the
Back
break.
from the break. Talking about who's controlling the world.
What?
Have you guys heard of? You guys know about BlackRock, right?
BlackRock.
BlackRock,
The
no.
big company that like basically owns everything. It's one of them. It's BlackRock. There's Vanguard. And there's a couple other, but I don't remember them to be honest. What?
Much people, but they are from like the gaming. Or no?
You think about Call of Duty Vanguard?
Yeah.
Nah,
Okay.
it's a company named Vanguard that like owns a bunch of all smaller companies. And BlackRock too. BlackRock is actually right now they've been buying a lot of houses. That's what they're known for right now. Is they're buying up a lot of houses.
Retail, property.
Like yeah, a lot of property.
Okay.
Because they they just want to own it. So then basically what they're trying to do is trying to own property so then they can rent it out to you, to like the people.
That's smart.
I mean, for them, I guess.
That's smart. Yeah. That's I mean,
But they're gonna control everything, like the whole housing situation.
because I'm sure they'll sell some of them too.
Nah, they're not selling them. Why would they when you could rent it out? And that's more profit.
At some point, they have so much money from from other properties. They don't want to even care about something one or two.
No, I'm pretty
Bro,
sure they're just renting.
they don't care about the money. They care about the control.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about the money. They care about having
They
the
want to
control.
expand the territory. Basically,
And that's how you have control when you don't own anything. That's the whole point. Is you'll own nothing. You'll just be renting.
That's what you have to.
Unless literally you buy
I mean,
your
yeah,
own
you're
land.
supposed to buy. That's
That's the whole point.
That's what they don't
gotta
want.
do too, though. That's what you got to do. That's what you guys
That's what
got to
you
buy
But
other
save money.
properties.
I mean,
buy
yeah,
land.
yeah,
do it
but that's
again.
what I'm saying. That's why BlackRock is trying to buy up all the property now.
That's why I
That's-
said it's smart for them to do that.
Coming on their end, yeah.
Yeah, because what's it called? You buy land. Because in the end, if you buy it. Won't you do the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like you buy land. If you for the first part, put your own property there, your own house, everything. So then you don't have to worry about any of that. Next time, next time you buy land, a good amount, build something like a store, like a little small shopping center with like
They
maybe
have
like.
a lot of legal for all that.
I mean, it's all that plumbing is gonna be expensive. It's pretty dollar.
See, that's another part of like controlling shit. Is like all that legal shit. That's money.
Yeah.
And that's nothing to a big company. A big company doesn't care. They don't mind investing all that shit.
Yeah, no.
But then
So
you're the one
it's
who
for
put
you, though.
a lot of money,
Yeah.
You could do the same
That's
thing
what's
too.
so hard.
You can. They just make it harder for you.
and then you lose it, and then someone else is buying that property, and it's already like halfway finished. You're basically doing work for like if you don't completely do it, it's abandoned. And if it was recently like abandoned and it's still good structure, they can work off of it.
Yeah, they can
Yeah.
just buy the.
And it's profit for them because it's like a
Save
return.
on materials.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As long as they have no exposure.
still like, for me, I still, in my head, I'm still like thinking like anybody can do it though.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
but
yeah, that's
it's
besides
not- but it's
the
not
point.
easy,
That's
though.
not the point, though. The point is that they're trying to
Like,
make it
anybody can
harder
do
for
it,
people
but,
to
like-
do it, so that they can make it easier for companies.
Yeah. Basically, people that have money, it's making it easier for them to.
That's
than
why the
people
like
that
market
don't.
prices are going up. Though. Because-
I mean, yeah. The whole point, yeah, because the whole point at the end of the day is like we were saying, is for control. Because when things get expensive, for normal people, that's a problem. But like for rich companies, it doesn't really affect them that much. Like at the end of the day, I mean, it does, but not that much. Because at the end of the day, they're still making money. Think about it. If you're renting out money, like there's like people are still paying their rent. I mean, that's the one thing that they're working their ass off for. You know, when the economy gets hard, like rough, people stop buying luxury shit, but they still keep paying their rent. They still keep paying like for the essential shit. So these people are still making their money.
Depends on how much it is to like what is called to rent it out, and then how much they've charged it for rent, and how much they have to actually pay monthly, unless they pay the whole thing off at once. Like if they're buying if they're buying the whole property like straight up in cash, or if they're doing down payments. Because if they do down payments, it'll just take them.
Bro, we're talking about renters. They don't own the property. They're renting.
You're talking about the people that actually
Bedrock.
Yeah, Bedrock.
They own it.
Yeah, like
so what are they?
So they bought the whole property like straight up like.
Dude, they're multi-billion company. They can do that.
Yeah, but the thing is, what rich people do too is that they go to the bank too, and they buy it off with they buy off the property, and they're just paying off the bank. But at the end of the day, like if you're saying the same thing, like if you're gonna rent out the house, how much are you gonna be paying the bank, or are you gonna be paying him? What? And then, because like the rent, there's always a certain amount. If the bank, like how our house right now, we bought our house, but we're still paying off the bank for the mortgage. Mortgage, yeah.
Yeah.
What is called? If you're gonna rent it out, you're either gonna charge for your mortgage, like whatever your mortgage would be for that month,
plus more.
Yeah, but some people don't do that. Some people just do that with add like 100, 200 more, or they're gonna add like another like $2,000, like $1,000 more.
Bro, I don't think you understand. Bedrock owns banks too.
Oh shit!
Like that's why I'm talking. Like, dude, you don't understand. These people have so much fucking power. Like that's irrelevant to them.
They're not doing that process.
Like that shit's irrelevant.
That's what we got to do because we don't have the money.
See, but I didn't know they own banks.
Bro, that's why I'm telling you. These people are rich. Like their shit's irrelevant to them.
Ooh.
They're splashing in money.
Like that's why I'm saying. Like they try to make this shit harder for us because we gotta jump through all these hoops. But for them, it doesn't even affect them like that.
They're just like, oh, throw money. There you go, got it. Sign a piece of paper. But it makes it harder for any other consumer to.
Because BlackRock also owns part of Spotify. Like they own parts of like everything. Like they have. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
They have the shares of a lot of companies.
Yeah, but at the end of the
day, they own a lot of companies.
But at the end of the day, like I'm telling you, it's not about the money. Like they don't care about the money that much. They care about the control. Because that's what it is at the end of the day, and that's why Bedrock was able to. They're trying to censor Joe Rogan. During that whole thing.
Oh, was them that was trying?
I mean, they're trying to support that.
Oh.
But obviously, Joe Rogan makes Spotify money too, so they had to make that decision.
They have to compromise.
Yeah.
Like if we kick them out,
but Bedrock owns like a big amount
profit. Basically, they're like.
I mean, they already had a contract signed too, so they'd have to like pay him out for the contract.
Exactly. Dude, you can that's the way you can always finesse it.
I mean, that's why you have to have a following. You have to have like people that believe in your shit and in your brand.
And the thing that is, the people that were like saying if you don't do it, we're gonna leave. They didn't make as much as what they would with Joe Rogan too.
They came back, like Neil Young.
Yeah, see, like that's what I'm saying. Like, if at the end of the day, it affects the artist more than Spotify.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they're just gonna probably come back, like what he said. One of them just came back. So it's kind of
crazy.
It's just to do it, like cancel people for speaking their own opinion or speaking for like freedom of speech. Like, shit, really realize because freedom of speech, bitch.
That's crazy because like you can.
I mean,
there's more to it, but I'm just saying.
Like, I just think it's crazy because you can actually just like get up there like that in that kind of aspect. You just gotta like, because I feel like they always start out small.
You gotta be careful when you get up there though, like Joe Rogan level, because you become a big target to these people.
Yeah, because then they just try to do anything to stop you.
Yeah, like they start making shit up just to ruin you.
That's why sometimes you just gotta live your own life. Just go other places, enjoy your life.
I
guess.
If you have the money, like at that point where you're up there, you can just go out and go to the beach. Just live your own life.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about what's happening because if you already if you want to go out and help other people too, I'm not saying you can't help other people to get to where you're at.
See, that's the problem. You can't help other people without catching their attention, because they don't want other people to getting to their level. People like when people are that rich, they don't want other people getting to that level because that makes other people have that power. They're trying to keep that shit to themselves.
They're gonna be like, oh, because of this person, not everybody thinks they're gonna do this shit. They can be
you have to understand like the power, like power dynamics. Like you want to be the most powerful.
It's like a dominoes effect.
You always want to be the most powerful.
What's the first domino?
You don't want other people to get to your power, to your level.
The dominoes effect.
I don't know, but if you find a way to make money, a lot of money, there's gonna be people to help other people to get to where they're at.
I'm hip. You can always try, but that's the thing is like
you can always try. You can.
You can, and you can do it. You can't do it. I'm not saying you can't, but that's gonna make you a target. Because like I'm saying, like the people that are the most powerful, they don't want to share that power.
But the thing is, if it makes you of a target, but what if you have a lot of people to go in there? You really think?
I mean, look at Joe Rogan. I'm like, he does have a huge following, and it made him a big target. And he's still good, don't get me wrong, but I'm sure shit's getting like really hard for him. Like, I'm just saying, like, you're gonna have obstacles.
No, but I'm saying, okay.
I mean, I wouldn't say all that. I mean, Joe Rogan, I think he's okay, you know?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying you're gonna have obstacles. You're gonna become a target and you're gonna have obstacles.
But that just shows that you can show it to other people, like, never mind, I don't know. I don't know how I was gonna go to with it.
Leo's crying.
He did get his food.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I learned on Joe Rogan personally. And I like the fact that he brings on so many people with so many different points of views and perspectives, and they all have something great to say most of the time. Like,
yeah, they're like those are the people that actually try to help other people, either it's spiritually, physically, mentally, whatever.
You get to learn anything on that show.
That's
from paleontology to fucking doctor stuff to
see that's what
all
I'm
sorts of stuff.
Like, people always try to shut that down though. Like not the people, but like.
But we're a different generation now, and this generation is headed to a different era. Like this generation is going to like.
No, we can definitely.
This generation is definitely a lot more woke than the previous one. Now we don't smoke as much cigarettes as. Why don't you like let me speak.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we got people that we're not smoking cigarettes like we used to. A lot of people are going towards a healthier route. You know, we're definitely not the fattest generation anymore. Like we're losing. Like people are getting conscious about the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this generation and the next generation really has a possibility to make a big change.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
We're becoming divided because there's like there's that half that you're saying. There's like some people are getting
like most of it,
waking up to it.
It's like
but there's also that majority. There's also like I guess not majority, but like there's also like the other half where it's like there are some people that are still fat.
What people say
like,
is
very overweight. Go ahead.
I was gonna, like people. I guess you could say the left, but it doesn't even matter the left or right, whatever. But usually, I agree with what you're saying. There's a lot of people like that, but then there's other people in other categories that either try to cancel the people that are how other people are act, like the way you're supposed to, I guess, act or be more self-aware, more whatever. The other people try to cancel those people.
Well, that's what I was gonna get to earlier. Was that like I feel like the people in control don't want that. Like they try to shut that down. Like for example, you know, like Jordan Peterson. I don't know if you guys know who that is.
Yeah, I do.
You know who he is, Yon?
Who?
Jordan Peterson. He pretty much does that. He like talks about philosophy. He's like usually talking about like self-improvement. He's always getting attacked for no reason. They're always saying like that's what I'm saying. Like they're always gonna attack.
I watch his videos
because they don't like people expanding their minds. They don't like people thinking for themselves. They don't like people.
They get offended.
I mean, it's that, but also just the fact that when you start thinking for yourself, you realize how much they're trying to control your life. which is like in every little aspect. Like you were saying, like in the beginning of the podcast, like we don't even eat like healthy food anymore. We're like eating fast food, just junk food all the time. It's like they're controlling what we eat. They're controlling what we consume. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. The different now, but now that in contrast now to what I'm saying is this generation is definitely like we're making a bigger change, than before. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, yeah,
we're very conscious and self-aware now of a lot of shit.
The thing is, it depends on what they put their interest into, though. Because like there can be a lot of people that could, I guess you could say, woke, but they can still be in the other side where they think they're woke.
But it's not even just about being woke.
We're not even talking about that. We're talking about like the actual,
Yeah, it has nothing to be.
Like the people that are actually in charge.
What? Okay, regardless, look, we know that the people at the top are trying to control what we're doing by distracting us. But all I'm saying is that we're the generation that's kind of fighting back toward
for
that.
Sure.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And I'm saying to his, like, yes, I agree, but then they're still dividing us at the same time.
Well, and I don't, not to get too political, but I think some people are still being brainwashed into this idea of we're too focused on this material plane. I feel like we don't focus on the bigger picture and like of reality.
And that's the left that I'm talking about. Like, let's say that's what I'm talking about too. Is like I agree with what he's trying to say, but I'll say on the right side, but then the left side are the people that are, like you're saying, I guess they're still getting brainwashed and all that, so they're still not aware of what's happening. They still can't go to the other side.
But bro, like I'll tell you one thing: these past few years, like just like these past like maybe 2 years, has been like very different.
No, it's been very eye opening to a lot of people.
And it's not like there's not like bro, BuzzFeed is no longer around anymore. Like you got a whole bunch of crazy like the world is getting more serious, I feel. Like people are getting more serious about themselves, about shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
nah, for sure. I think that's part of what's dividing us low key. But
there's nothing wrong with that though.
There's in a way. There's good to it, but at the same time that is what's dividing us.
But a lot of people look at the division like, you know what? I'm going from a place of was no longer serving me. So if this is no longer serving me, then I'm going to get to this point where if I don't need those people that were holding me back, then I'm just gonna, I'm gonna continue forward with them.
If I like to say it, I guess, and I guess the truth, it's gonna make the new rich and the new poor.
Well, they're trying to get rid of the middle class. Yeah. They just want rich people and they want poor people. They don't want the middle class because the middle class is what is the key to getting, to the rich. Without a middle class, you can't become rich because when you're poor, you're just you're barely making it by. You don't have any money to like save up. You don't have any money to like invest. When you're in the middle class, that's when you're like making enough money where you could buy your essentials. And you can invest and you can build your way up. When you're too poor to afford, you can't afford that because you're barely making it by. And then if you're rich, well,
But most of the time, middle class gets stuck in middle class.
Well, a lot of middle class people don't know how to invest properly too. Though. I think that's what it is because you can make it out of it pretty easily. I feel like I'm not gonna say it's like very easily. But I think it can happen. It's possible. It's possible if you have the patience and you're working through it for like you just have to.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that
it takes years. It takes years.
A lot of middle class people stay middle class.
You can't guarantee it unless you actually know what you're doing.
But at least you can make it like upper middle class. I'm not gonna say you can make it rich, but you could probably reach.
No, you can make it rich.
Maybe, because like I said, they're constantly trying to stop you from reaching.
But I'm telling you, if you know what to do, that you're able to get up there. There's a lot of ways to invest too. Like what I'm saying.
I mean, I'm telling you, when these people have power, like they can shut you down. They could shut you down. They could shut you down.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, if you make them an enemy, they could shut you down. They could easily just throw you in jail, my guy. Like, what do you mean?
I mean, we still live in the U.S. There's still a lot of laws that apply that they can't just do whatever.
Unless you're like an extremist or something like that.
Yeah, if you're really putting yourself out there, then yeah, of course they're gonna probably do something. But if they do something, they have to do something where it's gonna have to affect you by like legal ways.
Yeah.
And then
Or they could just send a hitman after you.
But
It's
now
happened.
But now you're just overthinking it now.
Am I?
Yes, because if you're like, I feel like at that point.
I mean, that happens to
It's happened.
Yeah,
big people.
I'm
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm
Like
once you're getting-
politicians, shit like
I'm
that.
not saying it doesn't happen, but I'm saying that if you put yourself out there, like especially in social media, if you put yourself out there in social media or what is called, what was the other word? Like politics, social media, anything like that. If that people you show yourself, you're pretty much giving yourself attention. Then yes, of course, they can probably do that. But if you don't put yourself out there like that, you can still be up there without being noticed. Just like I said before, just living your life. If you want to still help other people, you can still help other people, but you don't have to get noticed.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
when you're rich, you get noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Rich people pay attention to that shit. Rich people pay attention to other people that
They
are
like to
coming
keep
up.
their circle small.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling him. So they pay attention.
Drake,
to that
when he
shit.
listens to music, he likes to listen to upcoming artists that, you know, a lot of people don't know about yet. And
I
'Cause he
mean,
wants to
he'll try to take their style, you know?
think about it this way. They're looking at it as investors. If you see someone coming up, you're gonna be paying attention to them.
Yeah,
It's-
like he's not an
it's
investor
like
no more.
regardless, you're always gonna catch their attention if you start coming up. You can't avoid it.
Yeah, because
If you become successful, people are gonna pay attention to you. You can't hide from the spotlight.
But I'm saying, okay, yeah, I agree. Yeah, you're right. But I'm saying, like, I feel like nothing's gonna happen to you if you don't do anything.
If you keep,
wrong.
I mean, you just said, but you can't say if you're not doing anything. But then you're also saying trying to help people up.
that is doing something.
like
That is
that,
doing something.
like just like helping, like mentor them or stuff like that. Like,
And that's why I'm saying you get attacked for that.
Yeah, because
But-
then what's it called?
but how are they gonna know?
Because you're
How are you not gonna know? You have people watching you. You
Yeah,
have
that's what I'm
attention
saying.
on you.
How
are they not gonna
you
notice
say
it?
you're gonna have a private, conversation in like on a Discord or something like that, right? How do you acting like they can't tap into that or no?
Like if you have an audience,
What
they can be part of your
They can
audience.
probably pay for your subscription.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you have people listening to you, they could easily listen to you too.
And they will be.
If you're helping people, they can pretend like they're
I'm not talking about social media either. Though. I'm not talking about
even in person. Like if you have enough people paying attention to you, you're gonna catch their attention too.
Yeah, because you're gonna just blow up. And then what is that? What are them
Like
not
you-
like recording or anything? You can always have even security like make sure you have all your phones here because this is like no recording zone, blah blah. Blah. There's always gonna be that person that's gonna sneak something in, and then you get figured out regardless. Regardless, it's such. You can get caught.
I mean, think about it this way. Everyone knows who the Rothschilds are, even though they try to hide who they are. They try to hide who they are. But they're so successful. Everyone just knows who they are.
who are they?
Apparently you don't.
Is it the people that
The people
There's some
they
higher up
control
people from England, I
they
think.
control a lot of the world.
And they've been running banks since
they own
a long time. They were giving Hitler money.
Are you talking about the ones that give out money to the people who ever like for wars or whatever?
Yeah, they used to fund both sides of a war.
Okay.
Just because the war is good for the economy. That's how rich they are, that they own so much
They
of the
funded the
economy.
Jews too.
They own so much of the economy that whenever the economy is doing good, that's like they're doing good. They're making money. Like that's how rich they're doing.
But that's a whole different rich though.
That's why I'm. But
That's what we.
that's what I'm saying. These kind of people don't want you
these
ever
are-
reaching that level.
Because just like basically almost God type level. Like,
So we're saying
they're
they do
untouchable,
whatever they
basically.
can to prevent anyone from ever reaching
Because
their
they don't
level.
want to be having that point where someone's making the same.
But people
money
like
as
Jeff
them.
That's what I'm
Bezos
saying.
and Elon
If
Musk-
you reach a
Losing.
certain level, they're gonna stop you. They're
People
gonna
like
cap
Jeff
you.
Bezos and Elon Musk still aren't even on those people's levels.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
If you
the
reach a
crazy
certain
thing.
level, they're gonna cut you off. They're not
Okay,
gonna let
so
you.
we're talking about that level.
We're not talking
Or
about
make
we're not
sure
talking
they-
about normal
they still
rich like
have
owning your
control
own
of some
company.
shit.
You can do that. You can own your own company and
They have a shitload of money.
You
But
can have money,
these
but that's
people
not
own
rich
the
compared to
money.
that.
Like
Yeah,
That's not
most
rich.
of the money in the
rich.
world.
That's just like
You're right.
That's
right.
power,
Okay,
basically.
okay.
That's what
I
that.
feel
That's
you.
what it
Now I
is.
see what you mean.
That's chump change
okay.
to them,
That's power, basically.
bro. They have more money than the whole government. Like they
okay.
have more money
I
than
know
countries.
They're funding the world,
you're
basically.
right.
This is money that's existed to them for years, bro. Like decades,
Yeah.
centuries,
Got multiplied.
centuries, nigga.
Shit.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
like that.
Like
it's
the
crazy, man.
800s
It's crazy how much power
type
these people
shit.
have. Yeah, like these people have power. Like you,
You know what I'm saying?
it's like
power.
beyond your imagination type shit.
Like currency to them is irrelevant.
So that's what I'm saying. Like they don't care about the money. It's about control to them. Like it's about controlling you.
So that way you don't get like that, like them,
Yeah. So you don't get like them. So they could do whatever they
or
want.
expose them. You know, they don't
You
want
know,
you exposing them. Nothing like that.
Who are the families?
But then again, most people
don't
can't
know.
even expose them because most people don't know what the fuck they're talking
The
about when it comes to
Rothschilds?
talking about
It's the
them.
Rockefellers.
For real.
There's a couple.
Do you like the people like people actually know how they look with this
Yeah.
picture?
Yeah, there are.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I believe that it's impossible for the Illuminati not to exist. Because you have all these people that are this fucking powerful. Obviously, I feel like
David
they're going to
Rockefeller.
work together.
David
Like,
Rockefeller
they're
was one
going
of
to
the
work
most
together.
powerful people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Listen, David Rockefeller was one of the most powerful people. I mean, he had plenty power, bro, over the world. And I mean, people knew who he was. He was on Time magazine.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I'm saying? Like, these are people who were on People magazine, all sorts of shit. You know what I'm saying? But like,
yeah, I mean, when you control that much of the world, it's like you could do whatever you want, really.
there was rumors that every time he had a heart attack, they just replace another heart in his body.
I mean, they're probably the ones buying like from the black market,
Cyborgs.
like all the organs, because it's a big market. So many people are buying,
Bro,
organs.
that's why they're so expensive.
They're probably the ones buying it.
Because they're like, oh, it's like when you play like FIFA in the stock market. Something's always gonna cost more, and then you can always put a price higher than the other, because people are gonna be buying it. If they got money and they want it now, they paying that fucking buy now price.
Yeah,
True. Wait, what is it called?
the Rothschilds,
Is that what it is? I think it's the Rock.
The Rockefellers?
the Rockefellers.
Yeah, look up the
That was
Rockefellers
that
if
was
you
here in
want.
the United States. They had an oil.
The
monopoly.
Rothschilds are in England.
You guys,
Well, they're everywhere. They're all around.
they own the whole world.
They're all around. What am I talking about? They're everywhere. Those people.
The Rock Show.
Yeah,
It's ROTH ROTH
that's a whole family.
SCHILD.
Okay.
oh yeah. It's crazy.
If anything, I feel like the one person that's low key reaching their ranks is Bill Gates. But I feel like the only way you can get up there is by like becoming one of them, like becoming sketchy, becoming
that.
basically giving up your morals and shit.
they basically be like, you can get up here, but we control you.
Basically, yeah. And which, to be honest, it probably goes back to like what Diego said at the very beginning, which is the devil controlling at the very top.
Basically, yeah, because like you're basically like, oh, I can get more money, and then at one point
They usually
their generation's gonna die, and then something's gonna happen. Then that's all their money in the end.
Yeah, I mean, you
They
can
can
just
always
pass
get
it on
some
to your
loose cool.
kid.
Yeah, they can pass it on, but then sometimes if they don't keep up, you end up selling it, and then you have no control of it, and then it's done, and then it's all one that owns everything.
Basically, I feel like at the end of the day, that's how it's gonna be.
Which is gonna be like that point where, like in that one game, you said that people that make their own shit, they're bad people
criminals.
because we don't want to pay.
Yeah,
We want.
There was this. That Indian, the Indian guru guy. He's like old. Sadhguru. Sadhguru.
I don't.
Yeah, he's like this old Indian guru. And then he was like, how do we know that heaven is not here
Oh,
on
that
earth
guy. Yeah.
right now?
So you talking about the one with, like the big
Yeah. Like, how do we know that this is not heaven and we are just ruining it?
It's true. Actually, that's an interesting theory that I've actually listened to. kind of connects to it. Whereas
Like people say this is hell on earth,
Yeah,
but who
yeah, I was
knows if
gonna say-
this is heaven? But this we're making it hell.
yeah, I was gonna say there's actually that theory where it's like, what if Earth itself is the Garden of Eden, and then when we did the original sin and we took a bite of the apple, we basically like he said like we made Earth hell, and it's like we got casted to this hell, and it's like now we're stuck on this hell on Earth because of this original sin. And some people think that it could be related to like alien shit. But to be honest, like we could. Be,
I feel
a
like
prison
the apple
planet.
is a metaphor for something.
And honestly,
now.
that's an interesting theory.
I always
that we
thought
can get
about that
into
shit.
on
I'm like,
another
what
day.
if that shit wasn't really an
Yeah,
apple? It's
everything,
just like a
yeah.
metaphor for something.
I think it is for sure.
Like I feel like maybe she probably did some fucked up shit or something like that.
It is supposed to be a metaphor for knowledge, which is like, originally we used to be like not conscious beings, whereas like kind of like animals, whereas like we're kind of just like doing shit for survival. We weren't like thinking, I guess. And then that's supposed to be like a metaphor for knowledge, where it's like we took the apple. It's like now we have this wisdom, this knowledge and shit, and we can think for ourselves. But now we're mortal.
Do you guys believe in reincarnation?
Yeah, I do.
Do you guys have ever seen like how they say like angels don't look like how we think they look like?
Oh yeah.
I've seen that.
Have you seen like the
Like-
actual
like
depictions?
eyes or something, bro? Like it's
Yeah,
like
I've
basically
seen-
an eye with wings or like
Yeah,
it's
have
like-
you seen
they look-
the
they actually
actual
look kinda
depictions?
creepy,
The
yo.
actual depictions in the Bibles are pretty crazy.
like I'm just like those look like angels, bro. Like
I'm gonna say
Actually,
some.
I want to
There's
say
some
that. I want to
animes
say
that
this
be
for another
doing
time.
that,
I don't
though.
want to say this for another episode though, because I have a lot to say on this. Actually,
I want to say something so fucking weird that I just randomly thought of one day, and it's not no theory or nothing. It's just some bullshit that I thought of. I'm like, what if the roaches in our kitchen are the angels that are watching us, and we're low key just killing them?
bro.
that's what they're like anti-radioactive.
Like I was thinking that shit. I'm
not
like,
getting
what if like the roaches are just the things that are watching us, that are like our angels and shit, and we're just here killing them.
Oh shit, bro.
Like next thing you know, we go to heaven, and God's like, do you remember that roach you killed under the toaster? That was your guardian angel. Like,
Damn, that's when my life started going to shit. It's like-
oh
thinking of
my
energy.
God.
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
That would suck.
That
I
would.
killed multiple.
Right?
I committed genocide.
Dead
Damn.
I destroyed this whole civilization.
Yeah, it's crazy. We really don't know how this universe works. Like we really
We
just,
have no
we
idea
really
at
just
all.
believe what scientists tell us. Like
And even they don't know that much
Yeah,
of what the
like,
hell
we
they're
don't
talking
actually know.
about.
Like we can we actually go
we can
cross the-
a meteor can hit right now. We don't even fucking know.
yeah.
Type shit.
Like we unless it was like until it was like really close and we could see it in the sky,
Like, if it's
but we
huge-
wouldn't know.
Exactly. Unless it's huge,
Until
that's
Why
it's
you
what you
playing
would
footsies
know.
with me?
Yeah, we wouldn't know until it's
Talking
too
about-
late.
Basically, once we see it, it's gonna be chaos. It's gonna be Armageddon.
Yeah,
Basically, everything's gonna be happening. People probably
You know what would be
people.
Armageddon? When
like that's the point of everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Armageddon is when the Yellowstone fucking national park finally ends up blowing
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, because
That's gonna be
cloud up,
Armageddon.
and it's gonna be like a new ice age.
It's going to
basically.
destroy a lot of the damn
And then the,
You know
ash,
what's
the
crazy?
black ash is heavy after weight because it's weighted.
Mexico, all sorts of shit.
it's crazy. Like rich people.
Would it just be the West Coast though that would really get affected?
No, the whole world,
the whole
bro.
It's big, bro.
Bro,
It's
that
the
would
whole
be a
world.
geological disaster.
Yeah, like it destroys the whole world. Or like basic, it's like the reset button, bro.
You know what's crazy?
I
You know
mean,
what's-
I don't think that's the whole
Can you set
theory,
it off though?
but
Huh?
it's definitely
Set it off?
Set it off?
they've been doing things to
Yeah,
prevent
it's too powerful.
You probably could set it off
try and
but
prevent it, but
you don't want to set it off.
I know
Like, you
can,
don't
but,
want
like-
to. You try to prevent. Wasn't there a case where it was actually closed? People thought
It started like you're
rumbling, or
rumbling,
something.
right?
Like, people were like, "Oh my god, this shit's about it." Like,
No, you know what's
they
scary
made a
though?
movie out of it actually.
volcanoes are necessary though
Yeah.
for the Earth. Because
And
without
it-
volcanoes, you wouldn't get the ash that goes and it like it
Basically-
feeds the soil. You know what I'm saying? Like it mixes with the soil. It helps with the growing of plantation and shit like that. So
It's
like
like a reset button.
No, you know what's scary though? It's like ultra rich people. They have backup plans for this. Like they have shit prepared. Like they have like little skate pods and shit.
That's what they have. Like, what do you call it?
They have
Like
like
going to,
bunkers
like,
for it.
Why do you think they're trying to infiltrate Mars?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
They're trying to go over there. Once that shit's all done and taken care of after like maybe years or like a decade, then they go back to like, oh, we can just go back now. Everything.
That's how you know, bro. We're in an early society.
Because right now they're about to send a rover. That's like maybe the size of a
You have to think
golf
about
cart.
colonizing the
Yeah,
moon.
golf cart, and that shit you can control that shit from Earth. And what it's called, they can build shit.
But
Let me tell you,
doesn't
like,
the moon only get shot like sun only hits one side of it? Only?
Yeah.
But that's why they theorize that like maybe this is like we could be one of the earliest societies right now because of the fact that we could be like the one. Like I'm not saying this is the case, guys. I'm just saying like
But
it's
what
a
if
fucking theory. Like
what
we
if
could be the ones that go to Mars, colonize Mars. You know what I'm saying?
What
Like
if the moon is like
colonize the moon, colonize all sorts of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we could really figure that out. Like we could have
intergalactic society.
what if the moon's like
species.
an observation?
and that's already like a whole different type of society
Like
as
they're
a
watching us
human,
from the
like
aliens
as a
because we never
race and
discovered
all
that
sorts of
dark
shit.
side.
Like we'll definitely bounce off
What if
into
it's like
other
some-
kinds of like
they're
beings once we do move to
like,
another
observing
planet.
us,
Now that'd be
basically.
crazy because we'd actually start evolving differently.
It'd be crazy.
We
They
would.
should,
That'd be
send people up
crazy.
there to
We
do
would.
maintenance.
That's where the alien shit would start. I think
Yeah, for
once
real.
once people
Dude,
move to Mars
nah,
and then they start
we would
evolving
not
differently
be
from
able to
humans and
handle
Earth.
that. You know what
Go
kind of
back to Earth,
racism would
whatever.
happen, bruh. That shit would get crazy.
Yeah.
We'd get all
No,
types of
because if you think about if you
discrimination.
put people in Mars, like, and you have them live their life in entirety, like have them make a civilized like that civilization in the next something million years is going to look
Yeah, they're gonna
very
evolve
different from human, like here in the Earth
and
type
then the ones
society.
on the moon, they're gonna look different because they have different.
They're still gonna be
gravity.
humans, but they're gonna be like a evolved
Oh, so
type
you're
human.
so you're a Mooney.
Yeah, right. People are gonna. Bro, that
Oh.
shit we would not be able to handle that.
Yeah,
We're going to
we
war for that
Marsans.
shit, though.
We
You're,
Marsans.
you're different. I don't like you.
Oh,
Right?
I'm
Like
from
it could be
Earth.
like Mars wants the
Earthlings.
Earth now. Like
I'm a Pluto.
I'm a Pluto. So shut up.
Shut up,
You're a
like-
dwarf. It's like,
but that shit could be a completely real thing. yo. I mean, except on like gas giants like Neptune and Jupiter, where it's impossible to have life.
Yeah, because it's like so fast.
well,
and crazy.
you don't know that actually. A lot of times, like I feel like
What if that's just the
We don't-
atmosphere on top?
we don't understand how
The
life
first
could
layer.
actually work. Because like there's theories where like, I mean, technically, if you think about it, we're beings of light. So there's theories where like other beings, like other lights, could be conscience. It's like just light itself being like conscience. It's like that's like an idea, I guess, not really a theory, but like it's an idea that like people have. Kind of like in Rick and Morty, like the cloud.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, where it's like it's like a consciousness without a physical body.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, we don't know that could exist.
Like nothing can destroy it besides like something specific.
Because if you think about it, we're technically beings of light. Like like it says it.
We are.
Like it says it in the
Sure.
Bible. Like and it's like in
Like
theory,
plasma.
I
We're
guess, but,
energy.
Like,
Plasma. and
yeah,
shit.
or no, infrared light.
That's what we are.
Yeah, we're literally infrared light,
That's crazy.
and that's
Is that the one with the colors? Like, no, what you mean?
well, I mean that's how we see it.
Okay,
Like for goggles, like infrared goggles.
okay.
But yeah, that's basically we're just walking light bulbs, and just emitting infrared light.
That's
And
wild.
so it's like, if we could be beings of light with consciousness, why can't other light have consciousness?
They might not have the same physical form as us, but they could be like what he said. It could be a form of gas. It could be a form
Yeah, like we don't know that it has to have a
Do
physical.
you think that's
form.
why there's some people that can actually like light up light bulbs? If we are light,
I mean, it is energy at the end of the day.
isn't that crazy? I think that's crazy when I see
Boils
people
down.
do that. Like,
But
who
it's
was the one that
crazy.
showed me the
But-
video?
but
Was it
the-
you?
We saw that
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
the
The
other
other thing I was thinking about before, like we were going to like space, I was like, what if there is no space? Like, what if
It's all projected and we're all like, it's a screen.
Or it could, that too.
Could
Or
be.
it could be where like
Everything is
it's
space,
a-
though,
it's
like
a-
we
it's
said
a-
last
It's another
podcast.
layer, like of a low ocean or something like you never know. The that's why it's blue. Like
I mean, ultimately, that's what space is. Technically, it's like an ocean of nothingness.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying like it's a. Have you not? Have you guys ever seen like
Nah.
a video where it's like someone like just falls
Just
down
zooming out.
into the bottom pit of water, and then next thing you know they go into another
Yeah,
water.
like loops
yeah,
around.
into
yeah.
another water.
That's trippy.
That kind of connects to the theory where some people think that we might be atoms, like the planets, because like that's kind of how atoms work. Whereas like they're working like they're circling around each other with like the electrons, the protons, and all that. They kind of look similar to how solar systems work. So a lot of people are thinking like, yo, what if that's really atoms? Like we're just atoms on a giant or something.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like it could be like that too.
But we have atoms too, because
Yeah.
atoms is just
And then
What I
so
was telling
technically
him-
it's like little planets inside, like on us.
like the damn Horton Hears a Who.
And then
shit.
and then you
Yes,
connect
right.
that to like the Big Bang Theory. That'd be like when you were born. So the Big Bang Theory.
Bro, but it's crazy though because there is literally a whole entire universe that we don't even see, like right under our fucking noses, like under this table, like on this table, in our
Like
hands.
how Rick and Morty did that. Like Rick made that battery, and there was a whole
Yeah.
universe of like powering that battery.
Yeah, it's like
And then they
universe
made
inside
one
of
for
universe
their-
inside of universe.
Exactly.
But I'm talking about like, bro, like just even the microbacterial universe, like that's a whole universe within itself of like
Yeah.
things that eat each other and reproduce.
Yeah, that's crazy. We don't even know like these things are
Like they're all
They're
around us
alive.
right
Yeah,
now,
these
and we
things are
just don't see
conscious.
them.
Yeah, they're alive.
like
yo.
high key. Like we could have like a whole war right now going on my hand.
Oh,
of
and
germs,
that's the itch. Itchy.
right?
Because that's a war zone right there.
So, it's sending reinforcements.
Yeah. Yep.
No, that's crazy though.
When your
Yeah,
body
it
gets
really is
sick,
like that.
there's a whole war inside your body
Yeah,
of the things trying to get rid of the
it's like Osmosis
invader.
Jones. Remember that movie?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I love that movie. It was good.
I think they made a show
Oh
of it
yeah,
later.
it was like the pill shit.
Yeah,
he
it's like a little-
he was like,
It's basically that's crazy though. But that's like real life. That's how
Yeah.
it is.
then there. That's when you get all these like, my stomach ache.
So if there's like
So
things
wars
like
going
that,
on.
like I can only imagine what other things there are out there,
it's-
like for real,
yeah,
for
it's,
real.
it's like watching
We're
ants.
probably
Like,
like that to something else.
yeah, it's like
For
watching. And you guys ever like sit down and just watch ants for a minute? Like it's so intriguing.
That's probably whom we refer to as the God.
That's
You
what I
know,
was-
the
that's what
person
I
that
was telling
watches
you about,
all
God
of
is
us.
just an alien.
I was talking about earlier, like, why have we never seen the back of the moon? I was like, what if that's an observation center?
They could have something back there.
And
Hide
then
something.
and then I was telling Yvonne, like, everybody that went to the moon is like, what if that was just maintenance? Going to fix
It's just,
something
it's
up.
just a shit.
It's like, yo, I think something hit the satellite. Go fix it. All right.
Alright, go Neil Armstrong.
Exactly.
Go
like,
fix that shit. So-
That'd be crazy, though.
no,
I
that's
mean-
actually crazy. That is crazy. Though. I think for sure aliens are observing us.
Okay.
I feel like
Of course they are.
you know what
I
a
feel
guest told me
something,
today?
yeah.
what?
The guest told me like I had a guest at my job like when I was serving. She was like I think she was talking about we're talking about Mexico, because I was saying like that's where I'm from, and we're talking about like my ancestry because they're like I think they're Filipino, like the family was Filipino, and we're talking about like Spaniards and all that, and after we started talking to like about like Aztecs and like the Mayans, and when she was telling me something about the Mayans, she was like, I think it was like a book or something talking about that how the Mayans, it's like a theory I guess, how the Mayans never like got killed off or whatever it is, like they got up to like they were able to go to like a higher self awareness where they're like at you know how people say we only use a certain amount of our brain or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess you could say I would say frequency. That how we're right now we're still at a lower frequency. They said like they probably rose up to the frequency all the way like to the highest where we can't even see them. They're probably here with us or somewhere around us, but we can't see them because that's how low of a frequency we are that we can't see them.
Well, that makes sense because
I've never heard that theory, but that's actually a pretty cool
I mean,
theory.
that makes sense because that's ultimately what light is. It's just a certain range of frequency that we can see. So if you reach a higher frequency, then we can see that. And then
There's
We're not-
portrayals of like people on flying machines like in ancient times.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
Wait, for
paintings
real?
with UFOs. There's actually a lot of paintings
I think
with
this
UFOs.
was she told me about this too. I think it was part of with the Mayans too. How I think it was one of like a top Maya or whatever. How when he passed away, there was a picture of him in a spaceship.
No, I know. Yeah, that's what I'm talking
That's
about.
why-
Like they like I'm saying that they had portrayals of like people riding in like
Well,
Like,
yeah.
the air on something.
In like in a spaceship.
Yeah.
Well, there's some theories
like in a
where-
carriage kind of type shit. You know, it was like some weird type shit, but it was
I
like
don't know how
flying.
Well, I've read some theories where like some the pyramids had something to do with that, with like aliens and shit. Because
Because they had
like how we said like some people think that the Egyptian pyramids had electricity or like some like energy, and so I feel like a lot of people like to be honest, I believe it that aliens came down to like help do that, figure out how to build the pyramids or something, gave us some advanced technology or something, because there is like a bunch of like old paintings that have UFOs and shit, and I don't know, I feel like
What if the Sphinx was a real thing?
Sphinx,
Yeah,
those
good
could have been
scene.
the aliens. I mean, have you guys seen that Futurama episode?
Like, what
where
if that
it's
was
literally-
something that came down to Earth,
The
and
what?
then they were just like, "Yo, let's make a statue of
Those
that
are
thing."
those are the aliens, like
The what?
basically. Like those are the ones that came to help us.
You guys, you know Futurama, right? It's the
I know the show.
it's the
but I
show,
didn't watch
yeah.
it.
So Futurama, there's an episode where basically they show that where it's like these cats, they're like super intelligent,
Oh, okay.
and
People
they
say dolphins.
what
People say dolphins.
dolphins
Yeah.
are intelligent too, but it's the cats in this episode, and they're like super intelligent, and they end up taking over the world, and they go off to their own planet. They're like aliens, and it implies that like the cats are like the cats from like the Egyptian cats that they worshipped,
Oh.
so they came over here
To help us
to
out.
help. Yeah, pretty much.
And then they're like, okay, now that you guys got a head start.
I mean, cats were worshipped back in Egypt.
Yeah, that's why it's like it could have been like cats came as an alien race or something.
You're right.
I don't know, man.
I heard there's a lot of different
It's-
aliens. Like,
Yeah.
like there's like
There's
this
different
cat,
types, yeah.
There's like I said, like
Well, it
someone
makes
looking
sense.
dolphins.
Space is huge. If
There's someone like some looking dolphins. I guess you could say. There's some that are reptiles. Stuff like there's like, well, even then there's like creatures that you don't even know what they look like. It's just different.
yeah, you know what? An interesting theory I heard about was about how humans evolved, because humans are so different from any other animal. Like you can tell me dolphins like people will always argue like, oh, this animal is
Believe
as
it or
smart
not,
as
bro.
humans. But like no fucking animal is ever gonna learn how to fucking code a website or some shit. Like humans
though.
are
Yeah.
like
I
more
believe it.
complex than any other
That's how
animal,
the
like beyond
pyramids were
complex
made.
compared to any other animal.
I believe it.
And so this theory
Looks
thing
beautiful.
like basically goes that like
See.
the theory thinks that aliens might have came to the planet and we're like some sort of science experiment where it's like they did something to us, like to monkeys, right? And then they altered the way that monkeys evolved. They brought us back so that we had humans evolving, because we're basically the science experiment, and we're like they're seeing how we can evolve, like to become smarter, to become more intelligent, spiritual, whatever. And it's like that supposedly explains like why we still have monkeys, and humans. It's like because they just took like some of us to experiment on, and then brought us back.
And then
Like
that's how it
monkey wise,
expanded.
they were like,
Yeah, like they took us as monkeys to experiment on, and then brought us back, and then
They
we
were-
continued to evolve.
They were doing some Orochimaru stuff.
And that would explain, like, if they're observing us, that would explain why. They're just watching, they're just checking back on their experiment. Like, how's our experiment doing? How are they evolving?
It's going to shit. It's going to chaos.
Look at
We're
that.
going to kill each
That's
other.
how that's how Egypt looked back in the day. Like,
Yeah.
for real. Like that's an accurate depiction of Egypt.
Oh,
That's actually how the Sphinx looked. That's actually how the pyramids looked.
yeah, because
The structures were beautiful and solid and decorated.
What is the actual thing like the pyramid made out of? I think we talked about this last time.
like sandstone, I
I
think.
think sandstone is it? Like the not the squares, but like the actual like the square, like how it showed it.
Like the thing that covered it.
Yeah.
Because there was something that was covering it, and then they had the gold little triangle on the top of them. And those gold.
Was it gold?
Well, I don't know if they
It
used
might have
gold
been
for
like
the-
they
for
might have
that.
made
I thought it was like
put
limestone
a
or
blade
other
layer
one.
on top.
But the
of
fucking
gold.
material that they used that put on top of the pyramids was perfect because, like, for the pyramids, because that's what they used. I think Like, because, like I said, when they made the pyramids, they did it in like this such intricate way. Like, how the fuck does an ancient civilization know where to put the pyramids in like the exact place that like
They should have been.
they needed to be,
But
you know?
But we talked about this last time too. That
Through longitude, latitude, all sorts of shit.
Where I think Warner said the way they might have done it is where they actually might have made this the pyramid.
No. But he's talking about something else. He's talking about like, how do they know where to put it?
Oh,
Spiritual.
Like,
Because
bro,
it's
like
spiritual
they
energy.
like it like they if you could measure the earth like with like a big ass measuring tape that would go around the earth, like how did they know like the exact, because they made it in like this precise place, bro, like that the stars align or so, or the planet, like it's like these planets. Some planets that align on top
Bro,
of
humans were crazy smart back then.
yeah.
They were.
The planets align on top, right on top of the pyramid in threes, 1, 2, and 3. Like, and that was so perfect that like no, like how the fuck did they do that?
They're very like they were perfect. Like they were literally not off by anything.
And the
Not
thing,
even a centimeter.
Like yeah.
and the thing is, too, there's a shitload of pyramids. Not just in Egypt, not just in Mexico or in Central America, South
They're
America.
all over the place.
They're everywhere. Antarctica, there's some in the ocean. There's like everywhere. So like, is it like it has like people? There's people that used to live there, or like
that would explain the alien thing though too. To be honest,
I mean, pyramids were part of empires, ancient empires. You know,
that's crazy though, because like that was before like international communication. Like, how do they all come up?
But
with
they
the same
did
idea?
communicate. That's the thing. We don't know that they did, but they did.
Somehow.
They did. The Africans communicated with the Mayans.
Did they?
Like, they did.
How do we know?
I don't know, like, but they did. That, like, if you look that shit up on the History Channel type shit, like, they'll tell you about that shit. Like,
wait, but then again, that's
they found
the time when
Mayans in Georgia, like Mayan type shit in Georgia.
That makes sense though. I mean, like, that's possible because they could just go up to like North America.
But bro, like they had boats back then, all sorts of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what?
That'd be a long journey.
The technology back in the day, bro, was more advanced than we give it credit for. You know, we just weren't there to see it.
Because like if they were able to fly. If you see people flying, that could have been their transport.
Nigga, back then they could have had microwaves, they could have had iPhones and all that. Or like the only reason they have it now is because somebody recently like thought about that shit. But they could have thought about that years and years ago.
I mean, at the end of the day, like,
you know, and it's like
right.
the same resources that we have now to make it, they had.
Yeah. It's not like there's
they could have done
new,
it.
There's nothing new on Earth. It's like the ideas. I guess we just have to have the idea.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like back in before Jesus' times, they like there could have been something like a Nintendo, shit like that.
It's where they had like what is called to most of it too, is when they had like little colonies or whatever, their own little clan or little troops. There was that like
specifying things or what?
like you know how when they
But it's just the
Europeans
evolution of the
and everything,
brain
like, came over
too,
here,
I think.
Yeah.
when like the Europeans came over here and everything, like they conquered a lot of they conquered a lot of things like the Mayans and all that. It could have ruined a lot of things too.
I think it's being able to riff off each other too, because like you take ideas off of other ideas. Like for example, you got like just the first thing that comes off to mind, like a car. You have a car, right? And then you have light bulbs, and like you think, hey, we should put this light bulb on the car. And now you have headlights, right?
Yeah.
So like I feel like a part of it is like why we didn't have those ideas. It's because you had to have some ideas to have more ideas.
Yeah.
Which is, I feel like, why technology advances faster and faster every year. It's like the more shit you have, the more ideas that come out.
Mm-hmm. It's facts,
but it's really interesting.
Like the thing I showed you the other day, where it's like this new electric car, where it's like not even a car itself anymore. It's just like the base for a car. It's like that's the new idea that's coming out now. Where it's like you could just sell that to any car manufacturer. They just put the body of their car and basically make their own car electric. Mm-hmm. It's like that's a new idea that you could add that to other shit.
We could technically even turn cars into submarines.
Yeah, you could start adding. Yeah, exactly. You start adding shit like that. You start riffing off ideas.
Yeah, because then you're right.
We can make
Just
roads
like-
that go all the way up in the air. You know what I'm saying? Like we can do all sorts of crazy
I mean,
shit.
yeah, like highways, like the big bridges.
Like highways that go up to the clouds. Like we could do shit like that.
That'd be scary though.
That'd be fucking terrifying. But yeah.
I would not want to go up there.
So imagine a car crash.
But at that time, you're not.
Imagine traffic.
At that time, you're not even gonna
think.
think about it, dog, because it's gonna be so secure. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
facts,
Like,
I mean, if you think about cars are scary as shit. Like, you're in a fucking.
there's always
torpedo,
gonna be
you're in a
accidents
missile,
even then. But
you're in a missile. Any little crash, any little wrong movement can end your life. That's crazy, but like we just so used to it because it's just everyday life. to
but
us.
slowly we're perfecting everything.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
feel like they don't have flying cars because they'll be like,
No, that'd be
more
a safety
dangerous.
hazard. That'd be
Yeah.
such a safety hazard.
because people can just die
Just 'cause
randomly.
people
but that's
are
why I'm
stupid.
saying that
Just
they would
'cause-
have highways in the sky for them. You know, I feel.
But they would need to make sure like they have like floating tracks type. shit.
Yeah, the thing
I
about
feel like they would
I feel
need
like-
some like magnetic field.
yeah, I feel like the problem with that would be is like it'd give people too much freedom. Whereas like if you can
Yeah.
control like how you're going up and down too, because then some
you
people
can
are gonna
escape
be
from anything.
because then some people are gonna be trying to fly the highest. Some people are gonna be flying too close to the ground, or some crazy shit. Some people are gonna hit a tree.
You want
Or
to see
some
how long we can hold our breath? Go all the way to the top and shit. Pass
can't
out,
breathe.
flying down, die.
Some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Or like,
But they're
I'm
being
thinking
made, and they're being made for a reason
Nah,
to
I mean,
be
yeah,
used.
there are personal like.
So you know what I'm saying? Like
I think it's gonna happen. We just have to figure out the regulations for sure.
there already are flying cars. So
Yeah, I think that's the biggest problem.
I feel like right
holding us
now
back
it's
with
not
technology.
that's not the part of a problem though, because they're gonna be expensive and only exclusive people are gonna be having them.
that's exactly what's going on.
But then
man.
later on, once it gets cheaper and everything, that's when it's gonna be more like you're fucked because then
everything loses
the
value at
the
some
cars
point.
downstairs on the road are probably gonna be more empty roads than it is flying.
Yeah.
because everybody's gonna be flying everywhere because they're not gonna be
Yeah.
maintaining the road.
I honestly, I can
That's
see,
money.
I can see being like this too. Like, if
And that's more land
If
to
you have
buy.
like certain like heights, like for example, it's gonna be like heights are different lanes now. They're gonna
Like-
be like,
like
you're gonna
your
be
car-
flying above you. Someone's gonna be flying above you.
I'll tell you what.
That's like the toll
car has
road.
like a computer.
That's like
has
the
to
you
tell
gotta pay extra. You gotta pay extra to go higher. So that's like the toll road. You gotta like
I could
Yeah,
believe
but
that they
I
would
feel
like
like-
make little
higher.
airports for
I feel like
flying
the
less
cars,
traffic
though.
for you.
I feel like that too.
Yeah, because I don't think that they're just gonna have you like, oh, like I'm on Eldon Street and I'm gonna just start flying out of nowhere, like in front of these people. Like, I think they have little airports for flying
No,
cars.
like
I
what you
feel like
said,
they'll
like
use some
magnets. I
pilot-
feel like would definitely.
Like magnetic field.
Yeah, I think like make sure like you have like certain zones that help you go up,
Yeah,
and then you're stuck at that level. Like a magnetic field doesn't let you go up or down.
exactly.
How do you park at a house?
Like I said, you go
You
to a
just go
certain
down.
zone. You go to a
Just
zone.
go down
Like
and
just
parking
drop
lots.
it down.
Parking lots has a zone that like brings you down, and then you
Drive
just
off.
drive off like normal.
Oh, okay.
That'd be an interesting
That
concept.
would be.
No, I think
Or
I'd
what's
see
it
more
called,
of the
like, have,
airport
like,
kind
a-
of thing.
Or like what's it called? Like a special type of computer engine that tells what kind of latitude you are in, altitude. So then, like, okay, you can only go up this high.
It limits
and
you.
go this low. Yeah, exactly.
So you gotta pay
That's
extra if
not
you
a
want to go
bad
higher.
idea.
Kind of like
Open
like a
Flying car airport.
what's it called? Like an airplane.
Yeah.
It's an autopilot. If it knows and it has a computer where it tells you everything, so like you can see if there's a plane coming into you and stuff like that. They should probably have that, but like a miniature version for a car. So
Yeah.
then, you know, even though you're driving, it still has like that safety, like oh shit, move out the way type, and then, but they still move
You
regardless.
just swerve now. So
Because
that'd
like
be
the
pretty cool.
magnetic, like if we do have a magnetic field, like it will push them away. But either way, that shouldn't be happening because everything.
Actually, if it was magnetic, I feel like that'd be a really safe way of stopping crashes because magnets, like they have that
Instant.
repel.
Yeah, exactly. Like
See?
if it does have, like if other cars come in, it repels it, so it won't
So
even.
you just
impact.
bounce back and
It was
without
like,
even hitting
whoa,
them.
shit! What the fuck just happened?
It's gonna take a lot of technology to figure something like that out, though.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're already doing bullet trains with that shit. They have tracks.
Yeah, actually, those are crazy. Those
So
are
like,
crazy
basically,
fast
how you're
too.
saying, like with the highway tracks and shit, they can be doing that with just cars.
Yeah, those are crazy fast too.
Exactly, they go insane speeds.
But looks like we're gonna have to end this segment. To be honest, we could probably end the episode now.
Yeah,
It's been a nice episode, rambling in the basement.
for real.
Got a little off track towards the end, but it was still interesting. So I'm not tripping on that.
Was what happened.
It was nice.
Yeah, guys, it was definitely nice to talk to you guys. You know, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for coming and joining us here at Rib, and have a good night.